Small-scale real estate investors are just as concerned about today's market as home buyers. They're facing the same high prices, even trying to get off-market properties. 48% of individual real estate investors see the investment market today as being worse or much worse than it was a year ago, and that was according to a survey completed by RealtyTrac. Even flipping homes is down compared to previous years because of much lower profit margins. Don't let HGTV fool you. Flipping homes is not the game it was a few years ago with housing prices where they are right now. Distressed homes have had a great opportunity to sell because of how desperate home buyers have become. As a result, it gave your typical fix and flip investors even less opportunity to purchase at a steal in order to renovate it and resell for a profit. On top of that, you guys have seen this. The cost of material and labor is so incredibly high for a home and home improvements that if you can find good hardworking contractors, it still makes it very challenging to make a profit. So if you're an investor looking to purchase a home at this time, here are some really great tips, sprinkled from myself and a seasoned investor named Mindy Jensen. Number 1, avoid condos, townhouses, and homes in strict HOA associations or neighborhoods with high association fees. It's important to stay in control of your expenses, and with association fees, they can go up year over year and even have unforeseen assessments that come into the mix. The second tip is, one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to investing in real estate is not running the numbers and making sure that you have enough left over for a decent return on your investment. You better make sure to have a large reserve fund or be able to cash flow repairs and mortgage payments, because when things and if things go south quickly, you want to make sure it's well funded. Just look at what 2020 did to investment properties across the country. You've got to make sure you've got that cushion. The third tip is, don't fall in love with the property. This is so true. Remember, you're not living in this house. It's about the numbers. If the numbers don't work, don't buy it. Doesn't matter how perfect and upgraded you think the home is. You have to have a budget and an ROI that you need to focus on. There's going to be other properties, so just take a deep breath and keep on the search. The next tip is, when choosing a property, remember that the market can change at any second. Be able to pivot quickly and adapt so you don't lose money. Make sure that the property has more than one way to make you money. The next tip, never buy weird. Weird, unique, unusual, those aren't adjectives you want in an investment property. You want normal, traditional, interesting but ordinary when you're buying a house. You're not living in it. You've got to think of your tenant or your long-term or end goal in the investment. The next tip is actually one of the most asked questions in real estate. How do I get started if I don't have the capital to make such a large investment? If you want to get started in investing without a lot of money, you're really starting from a weak position. You have to keep in mind that there are emergency repairs you have to consider, covering the mortgage if your tenant doesn't pay. Look at what happened last year. If they don't pay on time, or when you're in between finding tenants. So even if you don't have money to start purchasing homes, the best way that I recommend is to start purchasing a home for yourself and start gaining by extra income by renting out maybe a room in your house or Airbnb your entire home and staying with a relative a week or so out of the month, and then pay down enough of your home so you can save up to purchase another home and then rent out your first home. Some really great advice from Mindy is, there are other ways around not having capital, like partnering with someone who does have the money. If you go this route, make sure to get everything in writing before you enter the partnership. Everyone is friends before the deal, but not always friends afterward. Write up the rules of the investment and partnership while everyone is still friendly. Great advice, Mindy. My unofficial goal is to purchase a property personally every year, but I'll tell you that even being in real estate and seeing all the houses, finding a good deal this year has been a challenge. When we do, we're up against multiple offers just like everybody else. Don't give up. Be patient for the right property that matches your investment goals and your ROI. If you jump too quick on something without doing your due diligence, it may cost you more than you are willing to really pay for it. Good luck.